What's up guys, Pro Knife Thrower here, and today I've got another bulletproof vest and medium test for you. You guys know how much I like testing bulletproof mediums and other vests. Now these are unlike anything I've seen as far as they're really light. This is from Ace Link Armor, and this thing is, I don't know, it weighs nothing. So it's a level 3A. We're going to see how it works. And we've also got a medium here, which is one of the panels I'm going to throw a knife at and slash at. And I brought the old punching bag out because I figured for what I had it would be a good medium for what we're testing on. But first I want to throw a knife at one of these hard plates because they're super light and I don't have any idea what they're made out of. But just got a couple testing blades out, and obviously I'm not going to waste time with stabbing because we know, or I mean with slashing and handheld stabbing, because that's just not going to be enough. What I'd like to do is see first with a baby tooth and then a saber tooth what actually will absorb. So let's give it a shot. All right, so that's a hit in the corner, which is a bit thicker material. Boy, I can't really tell what that is by the feel on my blade. It didn't damage the knife any, but let's try it again up a little higher. So there's a stick, and that, ladies and gents, has gone through. I'm going to come on this side, come around here. So that is the tip of a knife, if you can see that. Can you see that in the video there, Tori?
Yep.
Okay, so that's a baby tooth. Oh, I didn't expect that. I'm going to say, I mean, obviously this has been tested with firearms, which is a whole different dynamic than a knife. Knife is sharp and weighs much more than a bullet, although it's going slower. So let's do it with a saber tooth and see what happens with the full-blown knife throw. Not that you're going to run into a knife-throwing pack of ninjas anywhere, and I won't throw a knife at you, but let's just test it. Oh, shit. A little low in the groin there. Let's give it one more shot. Oh. First throws of the day. Well, I hit the corner, and that's definitely gone through. Get one more. So I'm throwing it like, you see it going low because I'm throwing just aggressively hard. And that's fine in a body. I don't mind where it goes as long as I hit in line with what I'm aiming at. Let me get one more shot on it. And it's not hurting the knife. I don't know what that plate's made out of, but that'd probably be the reason for its lightness. Well, at least we know my bag is a good medium. So that's about is what I want. So obviously this isn't going to go through enough to kill you. And I mean, a stab, absolutely not going to go through. We can show you that, right? Like, that's a hard stab. Now I know my hand is going to go to your chest if I stab you in the body. So very cool. Not a big deal for stabbing. No other knife is going to go through any more than that. A throw, however, let's get some pliers out. Cut this guy loose. That is the hard plate. So will it stop ammo? I'm sure. It won't stop my knife throw, but it's plenty safe for stabbing. I mean, I can't get a knife through and just stabbing. I mean, you see what it does to the bag when I miss because I'm throwing so hard. I mean, that's not an easy, I don't know what's in it, but it's pushing itself back out. You know? So all in all, doesn't stop my knife throw, but it will stop a stab. Now we're going to test that. So pause 2 seconds. All right, so we've put the Ace Link soft armor up, which is also 3A. And obviously I'm not testing this today with firearms. I'm sure they have done many testing. So obviously this will stop a 9mm, 45, stuff like that. Today we're testing it with knives and thrown blades because it's an acceleration of force. So what I'd like to test it with is starting is just simple thing. Old school cold steel Hatamoto. It's got an edge on it. It's not a super awesome heavy knife, but I would like to just make just a straight slash just to see what we get. I'm going to try to conserve as much of the material as I can to keep the test accurate, but just for a simple, all right, so let's see what we've got here. Not much penetration there. I mean, you can come up and look at that and say, okay, that's a little pocket knife that ain't doing nothing. So any slashing on that vest, it's probably going to be good. Just cut the paper. So then, you know, a formidable blade like the Espada XL, let's see what it did. So again, really minimal. Probably went through a quarter of those layers, if you can zoom in on that. See there? So it didn't actually go through the vest at all either. And this is a very sharp blade. So slashing, I'm pretty comfortable with that. Now stabbing would be another story. So again, the baby tooth, it has an edge on it, but this would be overhand stab. Obviously, I don't think it's going to go through this way. We can try it, but yeah, no, you're not going to get nothing. And on this side, you know what I mean? Obviously, absorption in the bag, absorption in your body. I don't see any of that going through at all. So safe again, pretty cool. Like, I'm actually surprised because I can hand stab through a couple vests out there. You know what I mean? So that's not going to go anywhere. So now we get to throw at it. I'm excited. Still no damage to the knife, so thanks for making a knife easy on my knife vest, but I'm pretty impressed. Now, like we saw with the hard plate, it didn't quite go through enough to hurt you, although it's hard, so it will absorb the impact as opposed to flexing like this. So let's see what this does, because this might perform better against a knife than the actual hard plate. But let's see. I've thrown through a lot of vests. I've only had a couple not be able to stop me, and if you guys have seen the videos in the past, there's been like one vest to stop my knife thrower. Oh shit. Keep throwing low because I'm just trying to rifle it. That one I think went through the baby tooth, but let's see. It's a little bit bigger. In here. So again, not gonna kill you, but I mean, let me get one more shot with the baby tooth, because then we'll just take it off and look. But I know that that tip is through the other side. So let's get one more shot with the baby tooth, just as hard as we can go. That knocked the other out. And for fairness, that knocked the other out. You see what's going on? So the shock of it is knocking out. So let's just take it off and have a look. Which is pretty cool. I mean, the fact that this is even stopping this like it is, because you've seen how it hits the bag. Even though it's foamy and compressing it, it still does stick, no problem. So, and all the way to the hilt. So I saw my buddy Hans using the punching bag to stab, and I was like, eh, that might be a good one. So that's through, but again, that's not lethal. So again, stopping a 1 pound saber tooth thrown as hard as I'm throwing it, I'd say that you're safe behind that vest, and that's geez, definitely not slashable, definitely not stabbable, but you see I'm putting everything I have into trying to penetrate with the throw. This is absorbing like your body, so I'd say it's pretty good stuff. Don't judge it just because I threw through it, because it's pretty damn near impossible. So good stuff, man. Very light. This is probably one of the lightest pieces of armor I've held. I would like to take the other stuff out and this out for the next video later and shoot it, just to see how it does, because, well, it's fun, and have guns will travel. So yeah, until next time, Pro Knife Thrower, Ace Link Armor, badass, man.